When we found out we were pregnant with our second child, we were beyond ecstatic. We had Andy at the time, who was 2 years old, and we expected the pregnancy to go as smoothly as it did with Andy. But things went a little differently this time. At around 24 weeks, I woke up one morning and I had what felt like my water broke. And so I called my doctor. They sent me to Saint Agnes. It was a Sunday, and I was there all day. They just said to keep rest, monitor, and then I went to my doctor's for the glucose test at 24 weeks, which was a few days later. And I said, I'm still leaking. And they said, well, let's look at that. And from there, they said, ooh, this is amniotic fluid. You need to go to Saint Agnes right now. At that point, they admitted me with the goal of keeping Cora in me as long as possible to help her develop. I was in a lot of pain, neck pain, back pain, and the being on bed rest was not something that was gonna help that. The first night, I had a nurse had me get on my side on the bed, giving me personal massage. I mean, the care was just incredible. They included me in everything. When they wanted, takeout for lunch, Michelle, what do you want? They'd give me the menu and I'd order what I wanted. And it just made me feel so loved and cared for. At 29 weeks, I woke up in the middle of the night, went to the bathroom and saw blood. We called the nurse right away, and the nurse came in, they started monitoring me, and it was determined that the uterus tore away from the placenta, and it was time, and I needed an emergency C-section. I was excited, obviously, to see Cora, but it wasn't what I was planning. We had a date set at 34 weeks that she was going to be delivered. Now this is 29. But the nurses that were there for me for those 3.5 weeks, a lot of them were in that OR, and it was like family helping me through one of the most scariest times of my life. She weighed 2 pounds, 12 ounces at birth. Cora was in the NICU 10.5 weeks. It was a very difficult time to have her in the NICU and us at home, but I knew the nurses that were caring for her and the doctors that were caring for her were so loving and the best of the best. I was surprised when I went into the NICU and she was wearing a little onesie that said, Cora Rose has been freed. We weren't prepared, but it was an incredible feeling to bring her home. For Andy, who was close to 3, it was a question, do I really have a little sister? She hadn't seen her yet. She made a big sign for her. She wore her Free Cora shirt, and I'll never forget her reaction to Cora. She actually had a hard time finding where she was because Cora was so tiny. As Cora was developing, I expected, as the doctors had shared, that she was going to be delayed, but she was amazing. And she honestly, by 2 years old, was exactly where she was supposed to be. Saint Agnes followed her really closely. I would take her every few months to a developmental pediatrician, and they were always amazed by her. She loved coloring, she loved painting, she loved swimming. Cora loves to spend time with family. We have a large extended family that we get together with frequently. She loves hanging out with her friends. She goes to sleepaway camp every summer, and she loves playing volleyball. That's her newfound passion. So when I think about St. Agnes today and I look at Cora, I am beyond grateful for what they've done because they've completed our family.
What I've been told about being born early in St. Agnes is that they took really good care of me and my mom, and I was healthy after I got sent home. All the photos I've seen, the old photos, and me when I was born and was connected to all those things, It was like really like inspiring because like even if you have like a background like that, you can still be like who you are.
So from the beginning, when I was staying at labor and delivery for the 3.5 weeks, and how the nurses and doctors made me feel, I knew that I wanted to give back. Every year, my husband and I have donated to Saint Agnes NICU. Additionally, I have volunteered as a cuddler to hold the NICU babies that maybe don't have a caregiver come as frequently. I've involved the girls in doing bake sales and lemonade stands to help raise money for the NICU.
I've chosen to stay connected with Saint Agnes because like they did a lot for me, and like if I wasn't there, I don't think I would have been as healthy as I am now. They took really good care of me. My family has decided to give the money that we've raised to the NICU because I was a NICU baby.
It's really important for Dave and I that we give to Saint Agnes so that others can get the same experience that we have. When I look at Cora every day, I'm just so thankful for Saint Agnes because they've given me everything.